My fellow Americans and all my YouTube subscribers, to all my friends and fans and everybody in this whole country and world, I just want to say my thoughts about this whole Roe versus Wade split decision and what President Biden had to say about it, because I think this is definitely an arguable point that we can all agree that this is not the saddest day in American history. I think our president needs to go back and really look through our history books, because there have been days a lot more worse than this. Oh, I can tell you, after living in this country for 40 years, I've seen worse days than today. Number one being Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, during President Bush's administration, when a bunch of terrorists hijacked a bunch of planes with full fuel, crashed them into the Trade Center, crashed one into the Pentagon, and then luckily our brave men and women on the last flight broke that plane down to the ground before it could even hit a national monument. And all the people that died, and the whole country was devastated. I wonder where President Joey was on that day. I'm starting to sound like Sean Hannity on Fox News, because this clearly, today is a perfectly example why this country needs big improving. Instead of whining and crying about how I have no power as president to do something about this, I asked Congress to come up with a federal law to be passed this November. I don't know how good that's going to do, but I just think that this is just basically a sad day for the far left radicals, if you know what I mean, because they did not get their own way. So we asked them nicely to protest peacefully without violence, because violence is wrong. Violence doesn't do anything. Well, like Hannity said, what about all the police officers and the billions of dollars of damages during the summer riots of 2020? Remember that? Portland, Oregon, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I remember that one time there was that riot in Missouri after that cop got found innocent for shooting that unarmed black kid in Ferguson, Missouri. That's where it was. Yep, couldn't stop the violence on that one, could you, Joey? I tell you, this is just unbelievable. Pretty much what Biden is doing now is sitting in that Oval Office, pouting, crying, because they didn't get their own way. Well, here's the thing. I wrote this is my suggestion, and this is how I feel about all of this, is that it's clearly that our president doesn't really care about us. No, they only care about themselves. That's why we have to fight inflation, high gas prices, can't find any baby formula, so we have to get it from Mexico. And like Hannity said, we have to get our oil from Venezuela, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. And we have to kiss the Saudi Arabia's ass, even though for that hostage of that reporter, that's how Hannity would put that Biden has to kiss his ass. So basically what I want to say is, if someone like me were to run for president, I, for one, would actually care about people, unlike the far left and the right. I'd go right down the middle. I'd probably be more to the right side, because, well, we know what happens when you defund the police and put criminals back on the street and don't give our sex offenders high sentences, tough sentences for having sex with underage children. They're right back on the street within 2 days. That's because the Democrats' approval. In the right side, hates that, which I agree. But if I were president, everyone would be treated equal. I would look at everything right down the middle, and I'd say, okay, this is right, this is right, this is wrong. That's why we have voters and Congress and all that stuff. Like November, everyone, I hope, votes for the right thing, but anymore, I think we deserve a president who's on high alert and who knows what's going on. And if you ask Biden about going down to the border in front of Kamala Harris, she would just, I don't know if Biden will ever go down there or not. You know, Vice President Vice President Giggles, she can't even shoot a basketball. You see that last night on Fox News? She can't even shoot a basketball. I can't even make a layup, so I can't argue that point. I too suck at basketball, but I'm probably better than her. But anyway, I fear for this country. And please, please, riders, please make this peacefully. We don't want billions of damages and property like in the summer of 2020. So if you guys can all just behave and be peacefully about this, we'll be fine. If not, well, there's going to be serious consequences. You all will be held accountable for your actions. If I was president, things would change, and I'll be 42 in 2024. So yeah, I think the minimum age is what, 41? Hell, I could start running for president next year for 2024. But unfortunately, I don't have the money for any campaign commercials, and I doubt Donald Trump would want to endorse a punk kid, average citizen like myself, because he's got better things to do with his money. We know that. So thank you for watching, and remember, vote no on Proposition 40, whatever it is. Thank you for watching. I just wanted to just explain that. This is not the saddest day in U.S. history because of, well, 9/11, and there's been other sad days. Hell, even a month ago, May 24th, remember what happened in Uvalde, Texas? We allowed an 18-year-old to walk in clear sight with a heavy, high-powered rifle machine gun that killed 19 people and well, children and teachers all together, which is, you know, not going to be tolerated anymore either. So just remember what I said.